here we go. Let's talk about parallax. So today we're going to talk about the parallax effect. And if you don't know what the parallax effect is, it's that thing that you see when the camera does this and the background does that and this. Let me start over. A parallax is when a camera orbits around a subject and the foreground and the background move at opposing directions and at different rates. I think that's the definition of it. Actually, hold on. Parallax. The definition of a parallax is the apparent displacement of an observed object due to a change in the position of the observer. Wow, that definition sucks. You know what? I'm just gonna show you. Now, I'm guessing most of you have already done this type of shot in some way, shape, or form, but I wanted to share with you what I think is the secret to create incredible, beautiful parallax shots, and it's this. Longer focal lengths. Okay, so yes, longer focal lengths is what I think is the best kept secret to create beautiful parallax shots, and the reason is because of compression. Wider angle lenses tend to push out the foreground and the background altogether, making the entire composition seem bigger than what it is, while longer focal lengths tend to compress the foreground and the background together, making objects in the background seem closer than what they appear. And for a lot of orbit shots or even gimbal shots, wide angle lenses are very commonly used to create those beautiful sweeping shots. But if you do an orbit shot with a longer focal length, then the dynamics of the foreground and the background will seem a lot more interesting than when using a wider angle lens. Whew, okay, that's enough nerd talk. Let's just grab our camera and let's go shoot a parallax. So for this setup, we're going to use the Sony a7 III and the 24-70 G Master lens. Now, you're probably thinking, the 24-70 G Master lens, Sid, that's a heavy lens, you crazy. Well, for one, yes I am, and number two, tacos. But since this camera setup is really front heavy, we're gonna have to use a gimbal that can handle that kind of weight. And the gimbal that I'm gonna choose is the Zhiyun Crane 3 Lab. Now, the motors on this gimbal are absolutely beastly. I mean, this gimbal can hold up to a 10-pound camera setup. So this gimbal is gonna be perfect for this demonstration. If you do have the Crane 3 Lab or even the Crane 2, then make sure to set your motor strength to high. And if you wanted to get real fancy, you can switch up the Crane 3 Lab and go into sling mode where you can get low angle parallax shots. So cool. Okay, so now that our gear is set up, let's show you what the parallax effect looks like at 24 millimeters. Okay, looking pretty good so far. It's a nice sweeping shot. Now let's shoot a parallax using a longer focal length at 70 millimeters. Notice how the foreground and the background seem closer together, and as the camera moves, you can really see the dynamics of those two planes. Not like airplane, whatever. Now let's go ahead and take a look at both these shots. Now both shots are really good and create a really cool effect, but it's really the shot with a longer focal length that makes the whole scene look way more dynamic than the wider shot. Again, both shots work, they're great. It's just that the shot with the longer focal length seems way more interesting and way more dynamic than the wider shot. It's like children. I love them differently. Equally, but differently. Except the longer shot's better. And for funsies, since we're shooting with the a7 III, we're gonna shoot in crop mode and push the focal length even more. I think I want a taco. Now, you can use the parallax effect in pretty much any situation, whether you're filming a wedding or a travel film, but it's a really cool technique to bring inanimate objects to life, like this shot, and this shot, and this shot, this shot, and this shot, and this shot, and this shot, and this shot. Sweet. And that is how you film the parallax effect. Whew, I had fun. You had fun? I had fun. Well, hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if it was, then go out there and shoot some parallax shots, and when you're done, send them my way because I'd love to see what you come up with. Other than that, I'm out of here. I'm done for the night. I am clocking out because it is late and I am sleepy. Also tacos, midnight taco snack. Great idea, Sid. All right, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, all those good things, and I'll see you in the next video.